I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor, and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today. But it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ha ha ha. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you're thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Minke. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Minky, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible I did, but I don't think many of our conversations were I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on. Sorry likes to worry about too much about me when I'm perfectly content just going by on the average. Well, And I'm back. Okay. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have new skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years just because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm not surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess I'll be seeing her worry so much about me, it makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sorry wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori must have been in the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here spacing out. So I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. I thought you might need some encouragement. So I thought, you know what? Well, that you'd come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meaning? Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she'd only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest, after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. That's so real, actually. I do that same thing too. It's like, no interest in the other groups here. Come on, please. Why do you even care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday that I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything, so yeah. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake. Okay. Yes, let's go. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. Alright, I'm back now. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the classroom. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, thank you. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude. You don't even know her like that, dude. Okay. Whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says quietly in my ear and turns back towards the other girls. Anyways, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smallest in the club. Smartest, not smallest. Smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who's appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monika. Is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Miki. Monika smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league, essentially. You can't sell yourself this short, guys. You always have to build yourselves up, okay? So when you build yourself up, you built yourself up, so you're not out of anyone's league. But anyways, so having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monika. Come sit down, Yuki. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's widened, so there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs the wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Ooh! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were this good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first one, and then Monica. Then I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? Finally, I bite down. Oh, and this cupcake. I don't know, guys. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Eh? I thought technically you did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you. No, you, dummy. Alright. I gave up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismissed the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places each teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the teacup tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean, that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any other clubs yet, so... And Sayori seemed really happy here, so, you know. That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. Dang. I don't know a whole lot about this game, but I do know that Monica... I do know about Monica a little bit. Not very much, though. I do know some things about her, though, so... I guess, but, you know. Anyways, we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels nothing like It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I can personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a good leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in this club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. Well, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though, I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Minky, what kind of things do you like to read about? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga, I mutter quietly to myself after. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking, after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyways, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favorites are usually novels that build deep, complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. She's so real for this guy. She's actually so real. Like, sometimes people are, sometimes you just don't really want the company of other people, and sometimes you do. It really is just that simple. Sometimes you either do or don't enjoy other people's company. But whatever it is, typically you try to have fun at it. That's all that really matters anyway. But, I like a lot of things. That's such a real answer after you say a bunch of stuff. I like a lot of things also. So. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination and completely throw you for a loop? Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped for something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh? Why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What do What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything about you is just as cute as you are. Sayori slides behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. I am not cute, Natsuki. You write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Oh, writing anything to me, even if it's slop, is impressive. Just because I used to write, my stuff is definitely slop, but I put a lot of heart into it. So I think if you're writing anything, even if it's not necessarily good, it's still really impressive that you're writing. So you're writing. That's not all I have to say. Hold on 2 seconds. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing can take more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Dang, girl, it's very deep for a poem on a scrap piece of paper. Do you have any writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Oh, yeah, you guys. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. And then the next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little bit more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of this club. Isn't that right, Minky? Monocle. Monocle. That's creative. Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Shiori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and lose my train of thought. All girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. Minky, you all. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. This guy is a simp. He's a real simp. For acting like this, he's not really that good of a guy who's acting like this with these girls. It's so weird. Anyways, weirdo. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Shiori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I'd have been super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone? I think with that, we've officially ended today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem and bring it to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Minky, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Minky. Since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Shiori. I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. This guy is a sapsucker. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen. I think, I'm not completely sure, don't quote me on this, but I think there's like some specific words I could choose here, and there's like some secret thing going on here, but I'm just gonna choose, you know, I mean, of course this game is not very new, so I've run into these characters before, so I know a little bit about them, but I don't really know which one I'm gonna pick. Oh, this is the most random list of words ever, so I'm gonna go with poof. Nature. Bunny. Dying, despise, special, tears, heaven sent. I like the way it sounds just as a word. I could have sworn those were two separate words though, but maybe my English is not that good. Clumsy, cute, anger, cry, bouncy, extreme tragedy. Breathe, death, and lazy. I want to go with lazy. Ambient, disaster, boot. Entropy. These are so random. Headphones, memories, case. So random. Oh, you can't interact with these things. I thought you could. Okay, well. Covet, warm, broken, insight, beauty, flower, grief. Whoa. These words are getting hard. Okay. Well, let me see. Bed, Doki Doki. Well, of course I'm gonna pick Doki Doki. What else am I gonna pick? My goodness, these words. Okay, friend, passion, fear, nimble, universe, pleasure, melancholy, whistle, silly. Oh, it's silly. Also my poem writing skills, guys, obviously, they're elite. I mean, like, what else could it be? Come on. Disown, laugh, shopping, party, fireworks, intellectual, precious, dance, essence. Okay. Wrath, marshmallow, explode, electricity, vertigo, family, determination. Besides plain, you are filled with determination. That's obviously the one I'm gonna pick. Infallible, rose, disarray, dream, sunny, dark, vitality, singing, blanket. Goodness. Random words. Portrait, depression, fun, clouds, misfortune. Little misfortune. I'm getting tired of looking at words. That's why I'm making that noise, by the way, Fran. I'm wondering. I know that was very weird. I know that was weird. Parfait. Parfait. Hair, quiet, and stuff. Wow. Incongruent. Sparkle. Spinning, unstable hair. Sparkle. Romance, nightgown, peaceful, misery, frightening, holiday, playground, hurt, crimson ink. Oh, goodness. Peace, cheer, disoriented, squirrel, swimsuit, contamination, amazing, charm, Destiny ring. Those words were so random. What was so random? Those were so random. Anyways. Hi again, Minky. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. I'm not laughing. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, back in Village. I was the last to come in, so everyone else was already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Minky. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Basically just said, I know you suck, and I know you probably, you can't handle anything. Thanks, Harry. Really appreciate that for my, confidence. Bring you guys my first into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Thanks, Natsuki. You tell her. Siri told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki flopped back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Minky always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Miki can become great friends too. Shiori. Shiori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me in. Oh, Shiori even brought you something today, you know? My goodness, Shiori. I work on reading the room or something like that. Oh, wait, Shiori. Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Shiori made it sound like a big deal. It's not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Shiori. I wasn't thinking. I guess it's me. Up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So, any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked a book out that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it, if you want. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? My guy. You are my guy. You're so weird. She even picked out a book I think she'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. That doesn't seem to be the case. Shiori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is buried in a book. And I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slump down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with some literature related by myself? Like this. I guess I could always read some of the book you gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening to Sayori's conversation. We're probably gonna get seemingly lame compared to all the other books though. Well, we can't give up. The festival's our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea with literature clubs is a little dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. Honestly, I don't know. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get other people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we do the thing to speak to their creative mind. What's this? Silvery is really taking it seriously. Very hear her deliberating about this. Oh, that's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could. Cupcakes? Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. No, you're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tongue. Okay. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyways, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. Suguri is still who usually so. But therein lies the unexpected reason I left. And I have trouble finding the motivation. Suguri pulled her mind to things yeah, I'm gonna call the stream done now. I've been streaming for about an hour, so I know we haven't done anything interesting in the game. So yeah, but definitely thank you for watching. Thank you for coming to the stream. I try to stream at least once a week. Twice a week is what I aim for, but I definitely try to at least get in one. So thank you so much. If you saw this, I really appreciate it. And you know, don't forget to sub to my Twitch, subscribe to my YouTube, post about it, whatnot, and thank you so much for joining the stream today.